an interesting tour, very different to what everyone's used to. You know, you guys, it must have been incredibly difficult at times to be kind of locked down the way you were in the hotel complex. And we spoke to a few of the lads while they were out there. But for you as well, being injured and then coming back for that unbelievable performance in the last test, just sum everything up for us, because, you know, there was so many highs, but also a few lows as well with the injury. And then your amazing performance in that last test must be tinged with a little bit of regret because ended up losing the game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. You know, I enjoyed being in camp with the boys and getting to know them all. Like you know yourself, you know quite a few of the boys from playing against them a little bit, and I was there for a wee while in the last tour, so I knew a few of them. But it's good being there for the whole time to actually get to properly know them. Although for me, like, I think the first week is when I actually got injured, and we just thought it was a bit of tendonitis in my Achilles. But then it was only after the Lions game and the midweek game that everyone had to change the whole team for COVID. It was only 2 days after that they scanned it and realised I'd torn my Achilles. So for me, it was kind of a bit frustrating because the first couple of weeks I was kind of not being able to go full on and 100% and training in the games, and then the Lions' second game, they called me at 10 to 6, being like, "Can you play?" And at this point, I hadn't trained all week and I wasn't playing, so I was staying in the hotel. And I was like, "Yeah, sure. If you need me, I can play." They're like, "Right, 10 minutes, get ready. You were on the bus in 10." I was lying in bed watching telly, thinking I could just watch it in the hotel room and chill. So
you're like, I'll be there soon.
Better put that red wine down as well. But
you clearly came on in that third test, and you know it seemed, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed the tactics in that third test before you came on were very similar to test 1 and test 2, and you come on and just change things. Yeah,
life is life.
La, 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 la. And that's the thing, mate. You're coming on, and everyone is, while everyone was pretty disappointed for Dan Biggar to come off injured, everyone's absolutely buzzing because you're coming on, and it's a real change in mindset. And that's nothing against Dan Biggar at all, but Finn comes on, the Lambo's there, the Aston Martin's coming with him as well, and the ball is just going to get pinged around all over the place. And that's me as a fan now, having seen you play and played against you and all this stuff. But did you just rip up the script and go, we're just going to play what we see, or was it a case of actually we were going to play that way anyway?
Yeah, just to piggyback that as well, Finn, just you maybe answer both, because that's a great question by Goode. But what were you nervous as well coming on? Because there was all the talk in the media, get Finn out for the third test. So there must have been a lot of pressure on you as well. Do you know what I mean? Knowing you're going to be on the bench, knowing that Biggs was injured, there would be a chance you could get on early. So, like, just piggybacking Goody's question as well, is how did you feel stood at the side of the pitch about to go on early, knowing how the game was going, to then getting an early touch how you did and the game just opened up?
Well, on both the questions, I mean, the third test, we kind of decided to change the game plan, and we said, right, we're going to play off 9, then off 10, and then look to go wide and actually play a more expansive game. Instead of the first 2 games, which was play off 9, first 2 phases, then, I don't know, try and go wide, I suppose, but after that, it's hard to go wide because it's so narrow. So for the third test, we'd actually decided that we're going to actually have a go and play against them and try and spin the ball wide, which, suits me. And I was just kind of excited, or when they named the team, I wasn't sure if I was going to be in it or not because I'd been injured for the last 3 weeks or so. And then, but I was just kind of chilled. I was like, if I get on for 10 minutes, get on for 20 minutes, I'll just see how the game's going and just kind of input or play whatever I think's best for the scenarios in the game. If we're ahead, or if we're down, or whatever we have to do. I wasn't expecting to get on after 10 minutes, and even when Biggs went down, I was just at the side chilling, thinking, "No, you'll get back up. It's 10 minutes. You've got a sore shin, but it's fine." And the boy, I remember Bobby was like, "Finn, get ready. He's down. He might be coming off." And I was like, "He'll be fine. Don't worry." So I was just kind of drinking away some Red Bull, having a drink of my Red Bull, thinking he'll be fine. He'll be up. And then he got up and went back down again. I was like, "Oh, he's going to come off here, isn't he?" So I was like, "I better stand up and kind of shake a leg a little bit." I act like I'm getting ready. And then, sure enough, I was up, kind of just shaking my legs a little bit, still drinking my Red Bull, and then Bobby goes, "Finn, you're on," and I'm like, "Oh, here we go then." So I was fine. I was like dead chilled, and like for me, it was the way that we planned to play that third test was to hold the ball and actually have a go at them. So I wasn't nervous. I didn't feel under pressure. I was like, just go out there and play the game and have a real crack at them. I'd seen things during the week and during the first 2 tests of how we can take them on and how we can score tries against them. So I just kind of went on there, kind of knowing how I wanted to play the game. And I remember in that 3rd test when I came on, the first penalty we got, I kicked about 10 metres down the pitch, and it was like a rubbish kick. And I turned to Ali Price and just kind of made it, like, sort of started laughing to him. And he was kind of like, oh no, not one of these games, sort of thing. And I was just sort of laughing at him, like, oof. Let's see how this goes then. But no, it was, I don't know, I had just kind of had fun out there, and it was not a great experience for me, but I kind of went out and had a bit of fun.
One of the things I want to ask you about, Marcus Smith, who came on the tour towards the back end of it, obviously, not a replacement for you, but part of your injury. We've been blowing smoke up his arse on this podcast for a long time now, because he's a quality operator, not only when he burst onto the scene sort of talent-wise, but now in terms of his maturity as a 10, and I think he's only still about 14 as well, looking by his beard. But I can just imagine you two at training, practicing little skills together and messing around and just enjoying life and all that stuff. How was he on the tour? Was he like a young kid coming through, or was he someone that really rose to the occasion amongst all the big names?
No, I think he definitely rose to the occasion. I've known Marcus past year and a bit now, because I sort of spoke to him a little bit when he wasn't in the England squad and stuff. And I think at Harlequins it was quite tough for him before they came good, obviously. So I've spoken to him quite a lot. Then when he came on tour, and I just kind of had a laugh with him. We got on really well. I think he's still on holiday now. I think he got about 10 weeks off after it. Honestly, I think he got the 10 days in Jersey, then 6 weeks off after it or something.
Finn, what do you mean you spoke to him? So, as in, did he reach out to you, or how did that work?
No, we've got the same agent. I think just with the game plan that Harlequins had in place, it kind of wasn't suiting him, and he was sort of not, I suppose, maybe not as happy as he could be there, not playing as well as he could, just as he felt. I suppose he was a bit kind of, his hands were tied for the attack and stuff. And with us having the same agents, my agent said, "Oh, would you better have a chat with him?" And I was like, "Yeah, no bother." So just spoke to him a little bit about how if I've had issues with coaches or kind of game plans or anything, how I kind of dealt with it, or what I thought you should do and stuff. Nothing too much, just like a kind of mate, sort of chatting to him, and a little bit more experienced than him, so just try to help him on his way. And then also we pulled him in the Heineken Cup last season, so got to go against him, and then caught up with him during the game and stuff. So but every now and then we'll just text, and then again during the tour we got really close, as neither of us were sort of playing in the tests, and we had a few free nights and stuff and the rounds of the golf. I think I actually took him for a bit of cash in the golf course quite easily. But
10, 12, 15 kickers of balls. Talking of numbers, it's all a bit confusing. Talking of numbers, Finn, Goody didn't want to ask the question, but I'm going to ask it. Japan, yes or no? £1 million, $1 million, million yen. I don't know what works out better.
100 million.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
$1 million, it's not working out.
$1 million or something, anyway, which sounds a lot. What were the chances? Was the opportunity there? Was it just a rumour? Have you got appetite to do that? Are you holding Racing over a barrel? What's happening?
No, I got in contact with my agent and stuff, so they're chatting about it. But for me, I want to stay at Racing. It's a great club, and I love being here in Paris. So I've got this season and next. So I think the only way that I would go would be if it was kind of football or money. Start paying me what Messi gets paid, and I'll think about it.